The massive screens at Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Station lit up with unusual patterns. John Roberts, the lead analyst on duty, leaned forward in his chair, his coffee forgotten as his eyes tracked the strange signals coming from the Kuiper Belt. After 15 years of watching empty screens, something was finally different. "Sir, you need to see this," he called out to his supervisor, Mark Wilson, who was doing his routine midnight rounds. Mark hurried over, his weathered face illuminated by the blue glow of the monitors. The patterns weren't random space noise. They were structured, organized, and most importantly, they were repeating. Both men knew what this meant, but neither wanted to be the first to say it. "Run it through the new quantum detection system," Mark ordered, his voice steady despite the gravity of the moment. John's fingers flew across the holographic keyboard. The quantum system was humanity's best-kept secret, a detection network that could decode even the most sophisticated alien encryption. It was built using technology that officially didn't exist. The decoded data appeared on their screens, and both men fell silent. The messages were clear. Earth was being discussed by multiple alien species, not as a potential first contact, but as a target they have been watching for centuries. "Alert command," Mark said quietly. "Priority level black." Within hours, the hidden command center beneath the Rocky Mountains was fully activated. Military leaders from every major nation gathered in the vast underground chamber, their faces grim as they studied the intercepted alien communications. Commander James Thompson stood at the head of the circular table, his tall frame casting a shadow over the holographic display of the solar system. "Ladies and gentlemen, what we feared and prepared for has finally happened. They're here, and they're talking about us." The room erupted in controlled chaos as various military leaders accessed their own secret files. Humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades, ever since they'd found the first piece of alien technology buried in the Antarctic ice 50 years ago. The transmissions indicate at least 3 different alien species, the technical analyst reported. "They're discussing Earth's defense capabilities, but their information is outdated. They don't know about the quantum shield network, the antimatter facilities on Mars, or the AI defense grid." Commander Thompson allowed himself a small smile. Humanity's greatest achievement hadn't been developing these technologies, it had been keeping them hidden. The world's governments had maintained a careful facade of normal technological progression, while secretly preparing for this exact moment. "What are their intentions?" asked General Laura West, her fingers drumming on the table's smooth surface. "Based on the decoded transmissions, they're planning an assessment mission," Thompson replied. "They think we're an emerging civilization that needs to be guided into their galactic community. Their previous encounters with other species suggest this guidance usually ends in subjugation." The room grew quiet as the implications sank in. Humanity had spent generations building up its defenses while maintaining the appearance of a young, struggling species. The aliens had no idea that Earth had already reverse-engineered their technology from crashed scout ships and ancient artifacts. "Their first scout ship will enter the solar system within 48 hours, Thompson continued. "They expect to find a planet still struggling with basic spaceflight. Instead, they'll find something very different." The assembled leaders nodded in agreement. Decades of secret preparation were about to pay off. Humanity had played the long game, appearing weak while growing strong, and now they were ready to reveal their true capabilities. "Activate the outer defense grid," Thompson ordered, "but keep it in passive mode. Let them come close enough to see what we want them to see. Nothing more." As the orders went out, the massive screens showed humanity's hidden strength. Thousands of satellites with capabilities far beyond what the aliens believed possible, defense platforms disguised as space debris, and automated response systems that could react faster than any biological entity. The first move in humanity's carefully planned game was about to begin. They weren't just ready for the aliens. They were ahead of them. And soon, these visitors would learn that humanity wasn't the easy target they believed it to be. Earth was ready. Earth was waiting. and Earth was far more dangerous than anyone in the galaxy had imagined. The alien scout ship entered the solar system silently, its cloaking technology making it nearly invisible to what they believed were Earth's primitive detection systems. They didn't know that humanity's quantum sensors had been tracking them since they left their staging area near Pluto. In the Global Defense Command Center, Commander Thompson watched the alien vessel's approach on the main display. The ship's design was exactly as their intelligence had predicted, sleek, organic-looking, and built for stealth rather than combat. "They're following the exact approach vector we expected," reported Robert Hayes, the lead tactical officer. "They think they're being clever by using Jupiter's magnetic field to mask their signature." Thompson nodded, keeping his face neutral. "Continue radio silence. Let them think their approach is undetected." The alien vessel slipped past Saturn, then Jupiter, its crew completely unaware that Earth's defense grid was recording their every move. Hidden weapons platforms, disguised as space debris, tracked the ship's movement while appearing dormant. "Sir," called out Lisa Brown from her monitoring station, "they're beginning their scan of Earth's orbital space." The assembled military leaders watched as the alien ship started probing Earth's satellite network. They were looking at what humanity wanted them to see: common communication satellites, weather monitoring systems, and basic GPS networks. The real defensive satellites remained perfectly hidden, their advanced stealth systems making them invisible even to the aliens' sophisticated scanners. "They're broadcasting something," Lisa announced. "It's aimed at our primary satellite network." "Let it through," Thompson ordered. "Show me what they think is worth saying." The alien transmission appeared on the main screen, translated in real time by Earth's AI systems. It was exactly what they'd expected: a message claiming peaceful intentions while containing hidden programs designed to infiltrate and take control of Earth's satellite systems. Thompson allowed himself a small smile. "Send response pattern alpha." Earth's visible satellites responded exactly as primitive systems should. They accepted the alien codes, appeared to be compromised, and began transmitting false data back to the scout ship. Meanwhile, the real defense network remained silent and watchful. "They're moving closer to orbit," Robert reported. "Their sensors are focused on our major military installations." The alien ship drifted closer, its crew growing more confident with each passing hour. They saw exactly what Earth wanted them to see: outdated missile silos, conventional aircraft, and basic space defense systems. The quantum shield generators, antimatter weapons, and AI-controlled defense platforms remained invisible, hidden beneath this carefully constructed facade of weakness. "Sir, they're launching probe drones." Lisa's voice was steady despite the tension in the room. "3 of them, heading for different continents." "Let them reach the upper atmosphere," Thompson commanded. "Then activate the passive deflection field. Make it look like natural atmospheric interference." The alien probes descended toward Earth, but as they hit the upper atmosphere, they encountered what appeared to be unusual electromagnetic disturbances. The probe's sensors were subtly disrupted, feeding false data back to the mothership while revealing nothing of Earth's true capabilities. In the scout ship, the alien crew grew frustrated. Their scans were incomplete, their probes weren't working as expected, and Earth's primitive technology was behaving strangely. But they couldn't detect any advanced defense systems or anything that would suggest Earth was more than a developing civilization. "They're sending a message to their fleet," Robert announced, transmitting their initial assessment. The message was intercepted and decoded instantly. "Target world appears technologically primitive, but shows unusual environmental anomalies. Recommend careful approach. Further study needed." Commander Thompson stood up, his expression serious. "That's exactly what we wanted. They're cautious but not suspicious. Phase 1 is complete." The alien scout ship began its retreat, carrying with it exactly the information Earth wanted them to have. They would report back to their fleet about a seemingly primitive world with some unusual characteristics, nothing that would suggest the true extent of humanity's preparations. As the ship disappeared back into deep space, Thompson turned to his staff. Prepare for Phase 2. When their main fleet arrives, they'll learn that humanity isn't just ready for them. We've been waiting for this moment for generations. The real game was about to begin, and humanity held all the cards. 12 hours after the scout ship's departure, Commander Thompson stood in the Global Defense Command Center, watching as technicians prepared Earth's most powerful communication array. The time had come to show their hand, but only just enough to make the aliens wonder what other cards humanity might be holding. Broadcasting systems ready, sir, announced Robert Hayes, his fingers hovering over the control panel. All frequencies prepared, including their encrypted channels. Thompson took a deep breath. This moment would change humanity's relationship with the galaxy forever. Begin transmission. The message launched from hidden stations across Earth, Luna Base, and Mars. It wasn't just a simple broadcast. It was a demonstration of power wrapped in diplomatic language. The message began transmitting simultaneously in every alien language known to humanity, using encryption methods that the aliens thought were their secrets. Message successfully penetrating their communication networks, Lisa Brown reported from her station. They're receiving us on channels they thought were secure. The alien fleet, still gathering at the edge of the solar system, received humanity's transmission. The message was clear and deliberate. To all species currently observing Earth, we know you are there. We know who you are. We know what you have done to other worlds. In the command center, Thompson watched as the alien communications erupted with surprised chatter. The message continued. We have monitored your discussions about Earth. We have decoded your transmissions. We have studied the remains of your failed scout missions from the past century. We are not the primitive species you believe us to be. The technical team began feeding proof into the transmission. Detailed scans of alien ship designs, recordings of their encrypted communications, and analysis of their technology that showed humanity's deep understanding of their capabilities. Their fleet is responding, Robert announced. Multiple ships are powering up their main drives. Thompson nodded. Continue with Phase 2 of the message. The broadcast shifted, now showing Earth's knowledge of the aliens' past conquests. It detailed how they had subjugated other developing worlds, how they had manipulated young civilizations into submission, and how they had exploited resources across the galaxy. Your strategy is known to us. The message declared. Your tactics are understood. Your technologies have been studied. We have prepared for this moment not for years, but for generations. In the alien fleet, confusion turned to concern. Their secure networks filled with urgent communications as they tried to understand how Earth had acquired this knowledge. Sir, Lisa called out, we're detecting power spikes in their weapon systems. Perfect, Thompson replied. Time for the final part. The message's tone shifted again. We have chosen to reveal only a fraction of our knowledge and capabilities. We do this not as a threat, but as a courtesy. Earth is not a target for conquest. Earth is not an opportunity for exploitation. Earth is ready, and Earth is waiting. The command center crew watched as the alien fleet's formation began to shift. Some ships moved forward aggressively, while others held back cautiously. They're dividing, Robert observed, just as we predicted. The warriors want to attack immediately, while the cautious ones want to reassess. Thompson allowed himself a small smile. Now we wait. Let them argue among themselves about what we might be hiding. The message concluded with a final warning. Any hostile action will reveal capabilities we would prefer to keep hidden. We invite peaceful contact, but we are prepared for any alternative you might choose. The next move is yours. As the transmission ended, the command center fell silent. Through their monitoring systems, they could see the alien fleet in disarray, their previously confident approach now turned to confusion and debate. Message acknowledged by all major ships in their fleet, Lisa reported. They're requesting time to formulate a response. Thompson looked at the main display, watching the alien ships move in uncertain patterns. They came expecting to find sheep, he said quietly. Instead, they found wolves in sheep's clothing. And now they have to decide if they want to find out just how sharp our teeth are. The waiting game had begun. Humanity had played its first major card, but they still held their strongest ones in reserve. Now it was time to see how the aliens would react to the discovery that their prey had teeth of its own. The alien fleet emerged from hyperspace in waves, their massive ships appearing near Mars' orbit. Instead of the aggressive formation they had planned, they arranged themselves in a defensive pattern. Earth's message had clearly rattled them. Admiral Kate Miller stood on the bridge of the EDS Defender, humanity's flagship that had remained hidden in lunar orbit. Her crew worked silently at their stations, monitoring every move the alien vessels made. "They've launched their diplomatic signal," reported Tom Anderson, the communications officer. "It's being broadcast on all frequencies, even the ones they don't know we can access." "Display their message," Miller ordered, her eyes fixed on the main screen. The alien transmission began with what they thought was a show of force, a display of their fleet's capabilities and strength. To the trained eyes of Earth's military, it looked more like nervous posturing. "Greetings, people of Earth," the message began. "Your unexpected level of advancement has been noted. We request immediate diplomatic discussion regarding your place in the galactic community." Miller exchanged glances with her second-in-command, Jack Wilson. "They're trying to save face. Show them our first card." At her command, Earth's quantum shield network activated. The previously invisible defense grid surrounding Earth became partially visible, showing energy patterns that the aliens had thought impossible for any developing civilization to achieve. "Their sensors are going crazy," Jack reported, watching the alien fleet's reaction. "They're detecting our quantum matrix for the first time. Half their ships just raised their shields." The alien transmission continued, their tone notably less confident. "Your technological progress is impressive. We acknowledge your right to defend your system. However, certain protocols must be followed for the safety of all species." Miller smiled. It was time for Earth's next move. Launch the defense platforms. Let them see what we've kept in Jupiter's orbit. Across the solar system, hundreds of advanced weapon platforms emerged from their hiding spots in Jupiter's radiation belt. Each platform carried antimatter weapons that could obliterate any ship in the alien fleet. The alien transmission suddenly stopped mid-sentence. Their ships began shifting positions, clearly unsure whether to retreat or advance. "New transmission incoming," Tom announced. "This one's from their flagship." A different alien voice came through, more authoritative than the first. "Earth Command, this is High Commander of the United Species Fleet. Your technological advancement exceeds all our previous assessments. We request clarification on how you achieved this level of progress without detection." Miller straightened her uniform. "Send them live video feed. Let them see who they're dealing with." The Admiral's image was broadcast to the alien fleet. She stood confident, her gray-streaked hair and decorated uniform projecting authority. "This is Admiral Kate Miller of Earth's Defense Force. We achieved this advancement through patience, preparation, and the knowledge that we weren't alone in the universe. Your previous scout ship's crashes provided excellent research opportunities." The alien commander's response came quickly. "You recovered our technology. Impossible. Our self-destruct systems were quite effective." Miller finished for them. "The first few times. Then we learned to disable them. Each crashed ship taught us more than the last." Silence filled the communication channels. The alien fleet remained motionless, their earlier confidence completely shattered. "Your ships are currently surrounded by our defense grid," Miller continued. "We've had decades to prepare this system for visitors. I suggest we begin actual diplomatic talks, as equals." The alien ships started powering down their weapons, a clear sign of their changing strategy. Their response was immediate. We will need to consult with the Council. This situation is unprecedented." Miller nodded to her crew. "Take all the time you need. We've waited generations for this moment. A few more hours won't matter." As the alien fleet fell into confused silence, Miller turned to her bridge crew. "Well done, everyone." They came expecting to find primitives playing with rockets. Instead, they found equals who've been studying them for decades. The real negotiations were about to begin, and humanity had just proved they would not be the ones negotiating from a position of weakness. 3 hours after the initial contact, the Alien Council's demands finally arrived. Commander Thompson stood in the main chamber of Earth's orbital defense station, watching as their message played across the holographic display. Earth must submit to galactic authority, the Council's spokesperson declared, their tone trying to hide their uncertainty. All developing civilizations must be properly guided into the galactic community. Thompson let them finish their speech before pressing a button on his command console. Perhaps it's time we showed them what developing really means. Across the solar system, Earth's true defense network activated. Hidden installations on Mars, Venus, and throughout the asteroid belt revealed themselves. Thousands of automated defense platforms, far more advanced than the ones they'd shown earlier, emerged from their camouflaged positions. "Their sensors are detecting our full network now," Robert Hayes reported from his station. "Their ships are going into defensive formations." The Alien Council's spokesperson appeared again, their previous confidence completely gone. This is impossible. Our surveys showed no signs of these installations." "That was the point," Thompson replied calmly. "While you watched our rocket launches and satellite deployments, we were building something far more significant." At his signal, Earth's advanced AI defense system activated. Holographic projections appeared around each alien vessel, showing how they were already targeted by multiple weapon systems. "Your ships entered our space thinking they held the advantage," Thompson continued. "But we've had years to prepare this solar system. Every asteroid, every moon's orbit, every planet's magnetic field. We've turned them all into our defensive positions." The alien fleet's formation tightened as they realized the true extent of their situation. Their own scans were now showing them what Earth had hidden for so long: quantum-locked defense grids, antimatter weapon platforms, and AI-controlled response systems that could react faster than any organic crew. "This is a violation of galactic law," the Council member sputtered. "Developing worlds are not permitted to possess such technology." Thompson allowed himself a small smile. "We never asked for permission. We simply prepared for this moment." He nodded to Lisa Brown at her station. "Show them our final card." Deep within Mercury's orbit, Earth's most advanced installation revealed itself, a massive structure that had been hidden in the sun's glare. The alien sensors finally detected what humanity had kept as their ultimate surprise: a fully operational Dyson ring, partially encircling the sun, harvesting its energy for Earth's defense systems. "By your own laws," Thompson declared, "any civilization capable of building a Dyson structure is automatically granted sovereign status. We've had this installation operational for 15 years. The council chamber erupted in chaos. Multiple alien representatives began speaking at once, their carefully maintained authority crumbling. "Your choices are simple," Thompson continued. "Either recognize Earth as a sovereign power or discover exactly how well our defense network functions. We've spent generations preparing for either outcome." The alien ships began powering down their weapons. On the main screen, the council members argued among themselves, their previous unity shattered by the revelation of Earth's true capabilities. "Signal from their flagship," Lisa announced. "They're requesting new diplomatic talks. This time, as equals." Thompson nodded. "Tell them we'll meet on neutral ground, the Luna base. They can send 5 representatives. And remind them that the base is within range of every defense system we've shown them." As the aliens acknowledged Earth's terms, Thompson turned to his staff. They came here expecting to find another primitive world to guide into their community. Instead, they found a civilization that's been quietly preparing for them for generations. The alien fleet began retreating to a respectful distance, their earlier arrogance replaced by cautious diplomacy. Earth had shown its strength without firing a single shot, proving that the best victory is the one achieved without battle. "Prepare the Luna Base conference room," Thompson ordered. "It's time to negotiate Earth's place in the galaxy, on our terms, not theirs." The Luna Base conference room gleamed under carefully adjusted lighting. 5 alien representatives sat on one side of the massive table, while Commander Thompson and Admiral Miller led Earth's delegation on the other. The time had come to reveal just how deep humanity's preparation went. "Before we begin formal negotiations," Thompson said, activating a holographic display in the center of the table, "there's something you should know about your own civilization." The display showed detailed information about the Alien Council's internal politics, their hidden conflicts, and their secret power struggles. The aliens shifted uncomfortably in their seats. "Impossible," the lead alien representative, called the first speaker, declared. "This information is protected by our highest security protocols." Admiral Miller touched her control panel, expanding the display. "We've had observers in your systems for the past decade. While you watched our planet, we were watching your empire." The hologram shifted to show human-built stealth outposts hidden throughout alien territory. Each station was carefully disguised as space debris or astronomical anomalies, gathering intelligence while remaining undetected. "Your recent civil disputes in the Centauri sector," Thompson continued, "your ongoing resource wars near Proxima, your failed attempts to control the rebel factions in your outer colonies, we know everything." The second speaker, a smaller alien with distinctive markings, leaned forward. "How did you achieve this level of infiltration without detection?" Instead of answering directly, Thompson nodded to the technical team. They activated another system, and suddenly, dozens of cloaked human ships appeared on the alien sensors. They had been floating silent and invisible among the alien fleet the entire time. "Your cloaking technology was impressive," Miller explained, "until we reversed engineered it and improved it. Our ships have been following your fleet movements for years." The third speaker stood up abruptly. "This is an outrage. You've violated every protocol of civilization development." "No," Thompson replied calmly. "We simply refused to develop the way you wanted us to. Every technology you see here was built by human hands, designed by human minds, and improved beyond your original designs." The display changed again, showing Earth's antimatter production facilities hidden beneath Mercury's surface. The aliens watched in stunned silence as they realized the scale of human advancement. "We also know about your planned invasion of the Rigel system," Miller added, causing all 5 aliens to freeze. "And we have proof of your species' attempted genocide of the inhabitants of Ta City." The fourth speaker, who had been quiet until now, spoke softly. "You're not just showing us your strength. You're telling us you can expose our secrets to the galaxy." "Precisely," Thompson nodded. "Earth isn't interested in blackmail or conquest. We simply want to ensure our independence, and now you know we have the means to guarantee it." The fifth speaker, the oldest of the alien representatives, finally broke their silence. "The Council will split over this. Many will want war, despite your capabilities." "We know," Miller replied. "We've already identified the war faction in your council. We also know about the peace faction's secret meetings. In fact," she touched her panel again, revealing surveillance footage of alien council members in private discussions. The aliens' composure finally broke completely. They huddled together, speaking in urgent whispers. "Your choice is simple," Thompson declared. "Return to your council. Tell them that Earth is not a target, not a primitive world to be guided, but a power to be respected. Tell them what you've seen here." The first speaker looked up, their earlier arrogance replaced with something close to fear. "And if they don't agree?" "Then remind them," Miller said, activating one final display showing human ships near critical alien installations, "that we don't need to fire a single shot to change the balance of power in your empire. Your rebels would be very interested in some of the information we've gathered." As the alien representatives prepared to leave, Thompson stood. "We prefer peace, We've always preferred peace, but we've spent generations preparing for the alternative. The choice is yours. The message was clear. Humanity wasn't just ready for war. They were positioned to win it before it even began. 1 month after the Luna base meeting, Commander Thompson stood before the newly established Galactic Assembly. The massive chamber, built in Earth's orbit, served as a symbol of the new balance of power in the galaxy. Representatives from over 30 alien species gathered to witness this historic moment. The Council recognizes Earth as a sovereign power, the first speaker announced, their voice carrying across the chamber. Their right to self-governance and independent development is hereby acknowledged. Thompson watched as the alien representatives signed the new treaty. It was a far cry from their initial demands for Earth's submission. Behind him, Admiral Miller smiled slightly. They had achieved everything they wanted without firing a single shot. Earth's defensive capabilities will remain in place, Thompson declared to the Assembly. But we open our hands in friendship. Our technology, our advancements, our knowledge, all can be shared through proper diplomatic channels. The alien representatives murmured among themselves. Many had initially supported war against Earth, but the evidence of human preparation had changed their minds. The humans had proven themselves too dangerous to fight, yet too valuable to ignore. We have prepared a gift, Thompson continued, activating the chamber's main display. Our scientists have solved the energy crisis affecting the Proxima colonies. We offer this solution freely, as a gesture of goodwill. The display showed the plans for an improved fusion reactor, one that Earth had developed years ago, but kept hidden. The alien scientists in the chamber immediately recognized its value. Furthermore, Admiral Miller stepped forward. We have located the lost colony ships in the Epsilon sector. Your sensors couldn't find them, but ours did. A rescue fleet is already en route. The chamber erupted in surprised chatter. Earth was demonstrating not just military power, but humanitarian capabilities that surpassed the established galactic powers. Tom Anderson, now Earth's chief diplomat, stood up from his seat. We propose a new framework for galactic relations. No more guided development of young civilizations. No more forced integration into the galactic community. Each species must be free to develop at their own pace. The second speaker rose to object, but stopped when the display showed evidence of how their guidance had stunted the development of 3 other civilizations. We spent generations preparing for war, Thompson said, his voice firm but peaceful. Not because we wanted it, but because we knew it might be necessary. Now we offer something better. True cooperation between equals. The Assembly watched as Earth unveiled its final surprise, a new form of faster-than-light travel, more efficient than anything the aliens had developed. It was proof that humanity's hidden progress had extended far beyond mere weapons. Your civilization advanced in secret, the first speaker acknowledged. Yet you choose to share your discoveries openly now. Why? Miller answered, because true strength isn't about hoarding power. It's about knowing when to use it wisely. Earth doesn't want to rule the galaxy. We just want to ensure peace for everyone. The Assembly voted unanimously to accept Earth's proposals. The old system of forced integration and controlled development was abolished. A new era of galactic cooperation began. As the session ended, Thompson looked out at the Earth shining below the station. They had achieved everything their ancestors had worked for, not just survival, but the power to shape a better future for all species. Ready for the next phase? Miller asked, joining him at the window. Thompson nodded. We proved we were ready for them. Now we prove we're ready to lead by example. The hard work is just beginning. The alien ships around Earth's orbit were no longer invaders or potential enemies. They were now partners in a new galactic order, one where strength didn't come from conquest, but from cooperation. Earth had prepared for war, but achieved peace. They had hidden their strength, but would now use it openly to help others. Most importantly, they had shown the galaxy that humanity's greatest power wasn't in their weapons or technology, but in their ability to think ahead and work together. The new era had begun, and humanity was ready to help shape it.